Good evening and welcome to the 6th annual YWCA Greenwich Women Who Inspire Awards. We are absolutely thrilled to be with all of you tonight, right at the start of Women's History Month and a couple of days before International Women's Day, together here celebrating the accomplishments of these 15 inspirational women and young women in our community. Yes, give them a round of applause. I'm Mary Lee Kiernan, President and CEO of YWCA Greenwich, and I am really delighted to extend our congratulations and our warmest wishes to all of our honorees on behalf of our Board of Directors and our entire organization. You know, lifting up into the community the voices and the stories and the accomplishments of women and young women is what we are about. It's who we are as an organization whose mission is to eliminate racism, empower women, and promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. And we think about every single one of those words in our mission. It's the same mission of all of the almost 200 YWCAs throughout the country. And tonight, we are raising much-needed funds for all of our free services and programs in the community. And these include financial aid for our preschool, after-school, camp, youth and adult programs, our free Women's Empowerment Center for Learning programs. We have many family-friendly free events in the community. We have free panel discussions and community events through our Center for Equity and Justice. And of course, the full menu of free crisis and sustainability services provided by our Harmony Project, serving survivors of domestic violence and sexual violence 365 days a year, 24/7, every year. The YWCA is here to walk side by side with women and their families in their darkest moments, and we are here to lift up women in shining moments like tonight. So thank you most sincerely for your very generous support of these important programs. So before I go any further, I want to extend a number of thank yous first to our wonderful co-chairs. This evening, our co-chairs of our event are Dr. Andrea Douglas, Grace Juranovic, Kasia Kanopka, Clarena Macbeth, and Elaine Ubina. Ladies, thank you so much. It is such a pleasure to work with you, and we are so grateful for your guidance around tonight's event. And Clarena, thank you for the beautiful flowers. We're so grateful. And thank you also to the staff of Greenwich Country Club. We love working with you, and they're taking such good care of us tonight. Will you please thank them with your applause? And finally, thank you most sincerely to Indra Nui for being with us tonight to help us celebrate these inspirational women. We are truly honored that you have joined us. Thank you. I'd also like to thank the many thoughtful and generous sponsors of tonight's event, and you see them listed in your program, especially our presenting sponsor, the Steve and Alexandra Cohen Foundation. So thank you to all of you for your outstanding support. It is much appreciated. And finally, a special thank you to Fairfield County's Community Foundation. They are sponsoring tonight's Next Generation Award. And thank you to Mary Grace Pagadwan, Director of the Fund for Women and Girls, who will be presenting those awards this evening. So tonight's honorees really join a very special sisterhood of past winners of the Women Who Inspire Awards, the Brava Awards, and the Spirit of Greenwich Awards. They are an incredible group of women and young women who have been inspirations to all of us here this evening and to countless others throughout the community and the region. They prove what we all know to be true, which is when you want to understand or improve a business or a community or find a role model who's having authentic impact and caring and shows integrity, well, just look first at what the women are doing. Look first at the women and what they're focused on, what they're driving toward, what they care about in their organizations and their spheres of influence. Past and present winners of this award have literally shaped this community. leaving their mark on businesses, nonprofits, schools, museums, hospital, government, our local economy, and all of our neighbors, young and old, and strong and vulnerable. Honorees like the late Nancy Brown, the late Joan Warburg, the late Nancy Hoffman, the late Ruth Sims, and the record number of past honorees that have joined us tonight. And I've seen so many of you. It is such an honor to have you back. Amina Ahmad, Dr. Barbara Ward, Dr. Felice Zuaz, I saw Connie Blunden, Sherry Shapiro, Sue Bodson, Donna Moffley, my captain, Mary Jeffrey, Diane Kelly, Nancy Weissler, Karen Keegan, Sandy Waters, Nancy Duffy. I haven't named all of you, but they are all wearing a special pin tonight, so you will recognize these special leaders as you see them, I hope, sometime tonight. This Sisterhood of Honorees is real. They are warmly welcoming every new class every year, and they support each other on an ongoing basis. And tonight, we're trying to highlight the continuing accomplishments of that sisterhood, so please enjoy reading about some of them in your program this evening. So thank you once again for joining us to celebrate the incredible class of 2024 YWCA Greenwich Women Who Inspire honorees. And now I'd like to turn over the program to another inspirational woman, a past Spirit of Greenwich winner, and our terrific chair of the board of directors of the YWCA Greenwich, Jane Batkin.
We all know that Indra Nooyi has been recognized as an international business leader who rose to become the CEO and chair of PepsiCo. What you may not know is that under her leadership, PepsiCo was a corporate leader in promoting equal opportunity, diversity, and particular programs for employees to achieve a meaningful work-life balance. Indra's door was always opened to employees at all levels, from factory workers to senior executives who had a personal or professional problem. If an employee or a family member of an employee was facing a medical issue, she would immediately get on the phone to arrange an appointment with the best doctor. I had hoped Indra would allow herself to relax just a little once she had retired and no longer had the day-to-day pressures of leading PepsiCo and its 300,000 plus employees. Indra has succeeded in just about everything, but not in a leisurely retirement. Are you laughing, Indra? Okay. Indra, being Indra, has taken on more and more responsibilities. For example, when the COVID pandemic hit, Governor Lamont, a friend of Indra's since Yale School of Management, appointed her co-chair to advance Connecticut and reopen Connecticut to develop strategies for business investment and job creation in our state. Although she serves on numerous corporate and non-corporate boards, she also joined the boards of Amazon and several additional nonprofits. Indra may have been at the very top of Fortune magazine's list of the most powerful women in the world for 18 years, but for me, what puts Indra at number one on my list is her kind heart, her willingness to reach out to help others, no matter where she is in the world and no matter what time zone. Indra is truly an inspiration to me and to many others. I feel truly fortunate to call her my best friend. Indra, please come to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be speaking to a group of people where my dentist is here, my colonoscopist is here, My knee doctor's here. I never thought they'd all be in the same room. It's hard to get an appointment to see them. I should have done it right here. Just joking, they're very good. I gotta tell you, they're very easy too. Just joking. Oh, it's their offices, not them. Thank you, Jane, for that wonderful introduction. She is my best friend. The Batkins are my best friend. And I'll say only just one thing to all of you. Everyone in your life should have a Batkin in your life, because the most special people that I know in my entire life. So, Jane, thank you for being in my life. Alan, too. Thank you. And thank you to the YWCA for inviting me to speak at this amazing event. It's truly humbling to speak in front of this group of inspiring women, and I was in awe reading about each of their contributions. Really, I read every one of their backgrounds very carefully. I was truly in awe of what I read. And it made me sit back and think a lot about what I can say to you all today to make a difference. You all know about my life. There's enough books out there about me and YouTube videos that I didn't even make that talk about me, so I'm not going to focus on that. What I am going to do for the next few minutes is tell you a bit about one of my favorite books and its flaws, if you call it that, which is very relevant to today's event. And the book is titled Palaces for the People. Does anybody know about this book? Anybody read it? You, one, two? Anybody here? Great. It's written by a sociologist from NYU, Eric Klinenberg. It was written in 2019, and it's a bestseller. A fabulous book. You should get it and read it. And Eric writes that we are living in a time of deep divisions. Americans are sorting themselves along racial, religious, and cultural lines, leading to a level of polarization that the country hasn't seen since the Civil War. Pundits and politicians are calling for us to come together and find common purpose, he says. And in his book, he suggests a way forward. He believes that the future of democratic societies rests not simply on shared values, but on shared spaces. He talks about the libraries, childcare centers, churches, parks, civic centers, where crucial connections are formed. And interweaving his own research with examples from around the globe, Klinenberg shows how social infrastructure, which he calls shared spaces, is helping to solve some of society's most pressing problems. That's Eric Klinenberg. And everybody's read the book, and all the reviewers say that it's a fantastic book, and it's a blueprint for bridging our seemingly unbridgeable divides. That's what people say. And I know that because I keep buying these books and handing them out. I'm contributing to his bestseller list. So I've read his book multiple times. I have this habit of going back and marking paragraphs, and I keep rereading it because they inspire me. But as I read about all of you, this group of women who inspire, I realized that I need to contact Eric and ask him to write a new chapter to this book or modify some of the chapters of his existing book. I'm going to tell you why. And my conversation with Eric would go on like this. Eric, you know I'm a big fan of your book, Palaces for the People. I've posted about it. I've talked about it. I shamelessly promote it endlessly. And I fully agree with your concept of social infrastructure needed in communities to rebuild trust and connections and rebuild communities themselves. But Eric, do me a favor. Come and visit Greenwich and Stamford and other towns and communities all over the country and see for yourself how people in local communities make social infrastructure really come to life and make it work. Social infrastructure is just buildings. You need people to bring them to life. Yes, in Greenwich and Stamford, we have our libraries and civic centers, parks, barbershops, and a wonderful YWCA. Yes, we have all of them. But at the core, Eric, they're all inanimate structures. What brings them all to life are the residents and volunteers in our towns, mostly women, incredible women, uncelebrated women, who step up in such profound ways and give so much of their time and effort to make these buildings and therefore communities more welcoming, livable, equitable, and harmonious. And then I'd tell him, I want to tell you about some volunteers extraordinary, Eric. People like Sherry Azar, Debbie Katz, Leslie Moriarty, Pamela Pagnini, Lauren Rabin, Daniel Robinson, Deb Rogan, Eliza Wilson, Leslie Yeager. I've got all of you. All of them unbelievably inspiring women who are doing so much in our communities, working with schools, local nonprofits, community organizations, knitting them all together and filling the gaps in the existing social infrastructure that you speak so eloquently of. And Eric, you know what? The spirit of volunteerism extends to the young too, like Natalie Cook from Greenwich Academy, Nia Forbes from Green Farms Academy, and Francesca Marangi from my favorite Convent of the Sacred Heart. They are the inspiring women in the making because they give so much of their time to volunteer rather than spend endless hours on social media. That's my pet peeve, to make our communities that much better. And how about our incredible doctors, Dr. Maria Cecilia and Dr. Keisha Mitchell-Richards, who are working to address inequities in our societies and trying to lift everybody up so nobody's left behind. And they use hospitals, mobile vans, and community outreach efforts to augment and extend our social infrastructures. And you can't help but be blown away by Eliza Niblock, who quit her full-time job to take care of her husband and still makes time to work with organizations to find a cure for ALS. I want Eric Kleinenberg to know about all these women and women like them in communities everywhere who actually bring to life these social infrastructures. So I'll close my comments to Eric by saying, I'm sure in your travel around the country, you will meet inspiring women like I've just talked to you about. And as you write the next edition of your book or a new chapter to your existing book, can you write about these women and dedicate a chapter to them, please? And stop talking just about social infrastructure like buildings, because buildings don't work if the people don't make them work. This is my request to you, Eric, my humble request. I don't know Eric Kleinenberg, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. So, as I close today, I have a plea to every one of you here. You know, the work of inspiration is very difficult, because it's not about words. It's about embedding a vision, a purpose, and a belief that transcends the ordinary. It's about leading by example, showing compassion, and demonstrating resilience in the face of adversity. Each and every one of us has the potential to inspire others, whether it be through our kindness, achievements, or our unwavering determination to make a difference in the world. So, here's my plea to you. Let us make a commitment today to be beacons of inspiration in our communities, workplaces, and families, like the wonderful women and young girls we are honoring today. Just remember, the ripple effect of inspiration knows no bounds. By inspiring others, we not only transform their lives, but also contribute to the collective betterment of society as a whole. Thank you for having me, and I hope you have a wonderful award ceremony. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Beck. I am one of the co-chairs of the event tonight. And first of all, I want to say thank you, Indra, for being a beacon and for the inspiring discussion tonight. I don't like public speaking, and I really don't like following someone that good. So I wish she had done just a little bit less of a completely inspiring job. But I am happy to be here with her and with all of you, and that's better. I also am a 2016 Brava honoree, and I still don't feel worthy of being in this sisterhood of inspiring women. And the privilege of being here, I so appreciate, to be with all of you and to be with them. And I have the privilege now of presenting the first 3 honorees of the 2024 class of Women Who Inspire. So I'm going to get started speaking about Leslie Moriarty. Leslie is a dynamic leader who spent many years in financial analysis and strategic planning in leadership roles at W.R. Grace, and Baker and Taylor. For decades, she's been committed to improving public education for Greenwich Public Schools, starting with PTA service at North Street School, where her 3 children attended, and ultimately becoming president of the Greenwich PTA Council. Her interest in education policy and academic performance led her to run for the Greenwich Board of Education, and she held officer positions throughout her 8 years on the Board of Ed, including 2 years as chair. During her tenure, she led the board's development of a magnet program at New Lebanon School and modified the Board of Ed's strategic planning process to better align priorities and resources. Leslie was a dedicated leader of the MISA Building Committee, which guided the construction of Greenwich High School's new auditorium and music classrooms from conception to completion, spanning 8 years. Leslie's strategic financial expertise soon got her involved with the RTM and the Board of Estimate and Taxation, where she currently serves as Minority Caucus leader and a senior member of the BET's Budget Committee. Leslie's motivation for public service was inherited from her parents, both immigrants, who modeled hard work, community service, and leading by example. Leslie believes that investing resources in public services, whether it's education, public safety, or Greenwich residents in need, makes a stronger community, and her many contributions have made Greenwich stronger today and for decades to come. Congratulations, Leslie, on receiving the 2024 Women Who Inspire Award. Very difficult reading all of these accomplishments. There's so many, and it's exhausting thinking about. And I've got more to go. So the next Women Who Inspire Award honoree tonight is Pamela Pagnani. Pam has deep roots in the Greenwich community and has given back in so many ways as a role model, a volunteer, and a mentor with local and national nonprofits like the Inner City Foundation for Education and Charity, Connecticut Public Television, Greenwich Land Trust, and her alma mater, Greenwich Academy. Pam received her law degree while raising 2 children and has over 25 years of experience practicing real estate law. She is currently Senior Vice President and Managing Broker at Sotheby's International Realty in Greenwich, where she's been responsible for the growth and success of the office. Her primary focus is supporting the agents, and her positive can-do attitude is inspirational, admired, and respected. Growing up, Pam was inspired by her maternal grandmother, a nurse whose life was cut short tragically as when she perished from smoke inhalation after running into a building burning to save the lives of others. Pam's mother encouraged her 3 children to give back to their community, and her motto, "The more you give, the more you live," has guided Pam's destiny in her professional and personal life. She notes that the act of giving provides a sense of fulfillment and happiness that transcends the values of the gift. Pam is most happy when she's helping others achieve their best versions of themselves. Pam's 2 children and 3 grandchildren continually inspire her to raise the bar by constantly giving and learning. I love this. The more you give, the more you live. I'm so excited about that. Congratulations, Pam, on receiving the 2024 YWCA Greenwich Women Who Inspire Award.
I love that. The more you give, the more you give. I love it. Oh, thank you.
I think we should make T-shirts. The more you give, the more you live. The third honoree that I have the privilege of introducing is Lauren Rabin. Lauren moved to Greenwich when she was 9 years old. She has experienced Greenwich Public Schools as a student, a mother, a PTA board member, and an elected member of the Board of Education. Her passion for education led her to be the first recipient of the PTA Council Essence Award, which recognized her leadership in enriching the lives of students, families, and teachers in the Greenwich Public Schools. Love of helping others has been a defining theme in Lauren's life, starting with serving as a candy striper at Greenwich Hospital and joining the Girl Scouts. I was so afraid I was going to read candy stripper. Starting with serving as a candy striper at Greenwich Hospital and joining the Girl Scouts. Lauren's name has been synonymous with public service and dedication in the town of Greenwich. I'm sorry, I'm ruining your speech. I'm going to start again. Lauren's name has been synonymous with public service and dedication in the town of Greenwich. With a degree in business management and decades of experience in the technology industry, Lauren's financial expertise benefits the town in various ways. Currently in her third term as Selectwoman, Lauren serves on many committees, including the Commission on Aging, the Selectmen's Nomination Advisory Committee, and co-chair of the First Selectmen's Reimagining Greenwich Committee. She is approachable, a listener, and a person who takes action. Lauren's vision is to make sure the Greenwich where she grew up and where she and her husband David raised their 2 sons continues to be a diverse and thriving community that provides resources and opportunities for all. Her motto is, "It is only what you give away that enriches you from day to day." I like that too. And clearly she has enriched the Greenwich community. Congratulations, Lauren, on receiving the 2024 Women Who Inspire Award.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I got a little cracked up. I'm a candy striper, candy striper.
Good evening, everyone. And thank you so much, Laura, for that wonderful introduction of our first 3 honorees. I am Dr. Andrea Douglas. I am a 2021 Women Who Inspire honoree and one of the co-chairs of the event this evening. It's my great honor to introduce the next 2 recipients of the 2024 Women Who Inspire Awards. Dr. Danielle Robinson. Dr. Danielle Robinson has made a meaningful impact as a human resources leader in pursuit of diversity, equity, and inclusion in the consumer goods, beverage, entertainment, and pharmaceutical industries. She's currently head of community engagement and partnerships at Diageo, a global beverage corporation where she has been employed for the last 19 years. Under her leadership as Chief Diversity Officer, Diageo received numerous awards for their commitment to racial and gender equity, including Top 100 Companies for Working Mothers several years in a row. She led a team that created funding for need-based scholarships at historically Black colleges and universities. Danielle says she loves seeing the immediate positive impact that training and scholarships from Diageo has had on individuals' lives, and seeing others grow and thrive is her ultimate goal. In addition to her professional commitments, Danielle gives back to the community by serving on boards, including Alvin Ailey, Jack and Jill of America, the Norwalk Chamber of Commerce, Carver Foundation of Norwalk, the Greenwich Country Day School, and Norwalk Hospital. She's also published articles in Savoy Magazine and Hearst Media. Danielle is known for her infectious enthusiasm and lives by the motto, "Let's get the job done, but have some fun." Putting God and family first, Danielle says she is most proud of her husband, Reverend Dwayne McClary, and her son, Miles, who is in 6th grade at Greenwich Country Day School and a phenomenal football player. Congratulations, Danielle, on receiving the 2024 YWCA Greenwich Women Who Inspire Award. Next on the list is Leslie Yeager. The citizens of Greenwich have Leslie Yeager to thank for founding the Greenwich Free Press. In 2014, after gaining experience from her 3-year stint at the Patch, she decided to use her own local knowledge and in-depth journalism skills to create the Greenwich Free Press. She's a familiar face around town, camera in hand, attending community events and town meetings, and covering breaking news. Due to her hard work, now 10 years after its start, the Greenwich Free Press is a thriving free source of local news, real estate transactions, and advertising of nonprofit community events with over 80,000 visitors each month. Her newsletter subscription list has grown organically to over 11,000 email addresses. It is a go-to news source for many in our community. While Leslie is cautiously optimistic about the future of journalism and for the desire for citizens to support a free local source of news, she warns that artificial intelligence is creeping into journalism and can be a useful tool, but there is no substitute for showing up in person with a tape recorder and a camera. Local news outlets and a free press are vital to our healthy democracy. It's clear that Leslie puts her heart and soul into her work. Another source of pride for her is her daughter, Ella, herself a burgeoning author with her first book due out in June. Congratulations, Leslie, on receiving the 2024 Women Who Inspire Award.
Thank you, Dr. Douglas. I'm Kasia Konopka, an event co-chair and member of YWCA Greenwich Board. It is my pleasure to introduce next two honorees. Dr. Maria Cecilia Asnes. Dr. Asnes is a successful story by any measure, through her immigration to America as a 5-year-old from Manila, to her graduation magna cum laude from Harvard University, to being awarded her medical degree from Albert Einstein College of Medicine with postgraduate research focused on women, hormones, and metabolism. Maria wanted to use her expertise to pursue her mission of equitable health access for all communities and focus on making medically guided weight loss attainable for all, regardless of economic status. Using her platform as director of Stanford Health Center for Weight Management, she has improved many patients' quality of life through better health and self-image. Maria is a staunch advocate on the state and local level, educating patients, physicians, and greater community that obesity is a medical condition, not a failure on personal willpower. Despite Maria's demanding work schedule, she enjoys spending time traveling with her family and friends, enjoying family time with her husband, Jeffrey, who she met while they were both in the first year of college, in medical school, I apologize. She makes it a priority to always be present for her two daughters, Olivia and Mia. Maria feels she strives to install in them her grandmother's mantra, do good, be good. Maria feels blessed with optimistic attitude and a positive energy she imparts in her patients to help them go through extra mile in their weight loss journey. Congratulations, Maria, on receiving 2024 YWCA Greenwich Woman. Our next honoree, Dr. Keisha Mitchell-Richards. Dr. Keisha Mitchell-Richards was born and raised in Montego Bay, Jamaica. She currently serves as Greenwich Hospital Director of Pathology and Laboratory Services. Her work during COVID-19 was extraordinary and groundbreaking. When the COVID-19 pandemic began in March 2020, Keisha led a team that implemented the first COVID-19 hospital drive-through testing site in Connecticut. This initiative helped save countless lives and prevented the spread of COVID-19 throughout our community and, by extension, our country and the world. Keisha has been recognized with several awards to highlight her many accomplishments, including being the first recipient of Philip McWhorter Greenwich Hospital Physician of the Year Award in 2021. Keisha says she's most proud of her personal relationships she has cultivated over the years and how she connects naturally with people to establish trust so she can help them successfully. In addition, she's proud of her accomplishment as a woman, and particularly as a Black woman and a Jamaican. Measuring herself by progress, not perfection, she is propelled by the many times she has been the first and works to never be the last or the only. I love that. In another life, she would have a restaurant on the beach with music, friends, and family, cooking from a menu that it's all in her head. Wow. Dr. Mitchell-Richards and her husband, Amarfio, live in Stanford with their two boys, Eve and Zaza, along with Keisha's parents. Congratulations, Keisha, on receiving YWCA Greenwich 2024 Women Who Inspire Award.
Go, Keisha.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Kasha. I'm Clarena Macbeth, a 2021 Women Who Inspire Award honoree and event co-chair, and I'm thrilled to present the next two honorees. Shari E. Azer. Shari Azer is a Greenwich native and serves as the Vice President for Digital Sales Americas at IBM, where her career as software sales leader has spanned almost 2 decades. For Shari, the need to motivate, lead, and give back comes naturally and runs throughout her business and personal life. In fact, Shari took her remarkable multitasking skills to the next level one day in 2014. She attended her beloved Greenwich Tree Conservancy Tree Party Gala after a long business trip. Convinced to go by her mother, she went, and it was there that she met her husband, Bill James, also a lifelong Greenwich resident. But wait, the meet cute story doesn't end there. Shari and Bill are proud parents of 6-year-old twin William. Shari says that one of the proudest moments of her life so far, despite never having performed any dance moves in front of an audience before, is winning the first place Mirror Ball trophy at the 2023 Ableist Dancing with the Stars competition. Her can-do attitude and mantra, "We can do it, it'll be tough, but it can be done," had served her well in both business and volunteering. Among the nonprofits that benefit from Shari's boundless commitment are Greenwich United Way, the Bruce Museum, Parkway School PTA board member, Bucknell University Engineering Alumni Association, Cornell University Johnson School of Medicine Dean's Leadership Council, and the New York Junior League. Congratulations, Shari, on receiving the 2024 YWCA Greenwich Women Who Inspire Award. Next up is Debbie Katz. Debbie has been an inspirational leader for youth engagement in Stamford and Greenwich communities for several decades. Over many generations, Debbie has identified the mental and physical needs of teens and has always been there to collaborate with valued partners to provide support systems. These needs range from counseling those teens living with HIV/AIDS, access to mental health clinics, and supporting the LGBTQ youth programs. If there is a need, Debbie will be sure to find out a program and how to address it. The vital contributions Debbie has made in teens' lives have been recognized with many awards, including the Social Work of the Year for the state of Connecticut in 1995, and the Public Health Service Professional Award for the city of Stamford. Debbie joined Kids in Crisis in 2015 as Director of Outreach and Community Initiatives, administering Teen Talk mental health clinicians at 18 Fairfield County schools, and is currently Program Director for The Cottage at Kids in Crisis, which is dedicated to reuniting children from diverse backgrounds and nationalities with their families. Debbie is most proud of her commitment to making a difference to those most vulnerable and helping them get to a better place in their lives. Debbie says that in the end, it's not about what you've accomplished, but who you've lifted, who you've made better. It's all about what you've given back. That's a good one for a t-shirt, too. Congratulations, Debbie, on receiving the 2024 YWCA Greenwich Women Who Inspire Award.
Good evening. Thank you, Clarena. I'm Elaine Ubina, proud 2022 Women Who Inspire honoree and 2024 co-chair. I'm excited to welcome the next 3 honorees to this wonderful sisterhood. Eliza Niblock. Eliza Niblock has not only established herself as an outstanding corporate lawyer and a committed community volunteer, but an amazing role model to her family, friends, and colleagues on how to be resilient when unexpected challenges in life arise. Eliza and her husband Andrew are proud parents of sons McCrory and Townsend. Eliza is executive counsel and chief compliance officer at Travelers Insurance, and her husband is the former head of lower school at Greenwich Country Day and continues to be a valued member of their team. When Andrew was diagnosed with ALS in 2016, Eliza added the role of caregiver while becoming involved with ALS research, trying to support labs focused on finding a cure for the disease. Her attitude and values prompted Andrew to write a book dedicated to her, The Art of Marrying Well. Eliza is most proud of how her family has faced an unimaginable diagnosis with grace and hope. Her family's resolve, along with the unwavering support they have received from family, friends, and the GCDS community, has allowed the Niblock family to continue to be an inspiration to the Greenwich community. It takes a village is a phrase often used in raising children, but equally applicable in the caregiver context. Eliza says she has been fortunate to have been blessed with a loving family, an amazing group of generous friends, and supportive work colleagues who have provided a never-ending wave of love and support so that she has never felt alone in this journey. Congratulations, Eliza, on receiving the 2024 Greenwich Women YWCA Greenwich Who Inspire Award. Deb Rogan. On any random morning, you can walk into Coffee for Good in the historic Mead House on Maple Avenue, and just as sure as you smell the brewing coffee, you will see Deb sitting at a sunny table by the window with her laptop open, keeping a gentle and reassuring watch over her team. Deb Rogan is the driving force behind this amazing crossroads that enriches and connects our community on so many levels. Coffee for Good is a nonprofit founded by Deb and inspired by her nephew, Harry, that provides a training program for community members with disabilities. The coffee shop, crowded on most days, is a huge success, known for its delicious coffee and pastries and efficient service. Indeed, within a year of opening Coffee for Good, it was voted the best coffee shop in Greenwich. The program teaches employees new skills and gives them confidence and experience that helps them go on to find employment upon graduation and paves the way for further career opportunities. Deb Rogan is a hero for these often overlooked yet capable members of our community. In addition, Deb also finds ways of promoting other valuable services at Coffee for Good, such as collaborating with the League of Women Voters on their Get Out the Vote project that resulted in over 5,000 new registered voters. Deb and her husband, John, are the proud parents of 3 grown sons, Jack, Pete, and Tommy. Congratulations, Deb, on receiving the 2024 YWCA Greenwich Women Who Inspire. Elisa Wilson. Woo! Elisa began her career as a counselor after receiving not one, but 2 master's degrees from Columbia Teachers College and transitioned to working in investor relations before pausing to raise her children. She has continued her work in finance, serving as a director of GAMCO Investors, a publicly traded diversified global financial services company, and as a director of Associated Capital Group, a financial services and investment management firm based in Greenwich, Connecticut. For more than 20 years, Elisa has served as the president of the Gabelli Foundation, a private foundation focused on educational philanthropy. The foundation's vision and work have made a profound impact on educational access and quality at a variety of educational institutions. The scholarship program that she established at her alma mater, the Ursuline School, is a particular source of pride for Elisa. On top of this important work, Elisa is an active volunteer and community leader who serves as a trustee on the boards of Boston College and Teachers College, Columbia University. Locally, Elisa has volunteered on numerous boards and committees, including the Breast Cancer Alliance, Brunswick School and its Parents Association, Putnam Indian Field School, and the board of the Metro New York North chapter of the Red Cross, as well as the Tiffany Circle of the Red Cross. She has also led initiatives at the Riverside School, Sacred Heart Greenwich, and Princeton University. She credits her education at the Ursuline School and Boston College for fostering her passion to live a purposeful life and make transformational changes in the lives of countless individuals. Congratulations, Elisa, on receiving the 2024 YWCA Greenwich Women Who Inspire. Who's next? Next up, Mary Grace.
Thank you so much, Elaine. I'm Mary Grace Pagaduan, the director of the Fund for Women and Girls at Fairfield County's Community Foundation. We are proud to be here tonight to help recognize the achievements of the 3 young women we are honoring this evening. Our work, much like the mission of YWCA Greenwich, is built on the foundation of advancing gender equity and promoting social justice. These young women have achieved academic success while giving back to their communities, and we are honored to support and celebrate their success. Ladies, please join me. Oh, I'm sorry. Ladies, please join me on the stage. I feel like I have the best job tonight, so. Natalie Cook. Natalie Cook, a senior at Greenwich Academy, has excelled in both academics and community engagement. Her leadership abilities shine through as president of the Abeles Youth Board, co-executive chair of the First Selectmen's Youth Commission, and as president of the engagement at Greenwich Academy. Natalie can also be found as a volunteer server at Coffee for Good on Saturday mornings. In the classroom, her humor, enthusiasm, and communication skills have made her a truly effective leader and sought after partner in group assignments. Sorry for that. She was awarded the Civic Scholars Award, a rigorous academic distinction in which she surpassed the minimum standards. As Natalie moves on to college, she will no doubt continue to inspire those around her and successfully lead her peers. Nia Forbes, while only a freshman at Greens Farm Academy, Nia Forbes has already logged hundreds of hours of volunteering at Jack and Jill of Stamford, Norwalk, Elder Care in Westport, Norwalk Maritime Museum, and Live Girl. Nia focuses her community service on 3 passions: underserved communities, animal rights protection, and environmental causes. Nia describes the secret to her success as keeping a sense of humor when volunteering for serious causes with like-minded people. Academically, Nia was chosen out of hundreds of applicants to receive one of 20 spots in REACH Preps Cohort 26. We look forward to following Nia's accomplishments as she progresses through high school. Francesca Maranghi. Francesca has always been passionate about environmental protection initiatives. Over the years, Frankie, as she is known to her friends and family, has taken the reins on many community service projects at Sacred Heart Greenwich, where she is a senior. Among the areas she is involved with are the Sacred Heart Stewardship and Sustainable Committee, and taking the lead, spearheading the school-wide composting program. Frankie's curiosity has led her to pioneer the Sacred Heart beekeeping program, which helps the crucial honeybee population thrive safely on campus and pollinate the surrounding countryside. Frankie's passion include art, dance, tennis, and participating in service-based trips like she did last summer to Lourdes, France. I've been there, I loved it. And assisted the Ampleforth pilgrimage. She will be attending Hamilton College in the fall. Congratulations, Natalie, Nia, Frankie, on receiving the Greenwich Next Generation Women Who Inspire Award.
What an amazing group of honorees. Let's have one last round of applause for all 15 of them. Once again, congratulations to our honorees this evening. Please join us back in the living room and the bar for more refreshments. We thank you for being with us and have a great evening. Thank you.